Each of us is born distinct, with some being more exceptional than others.
I don't have finger. That was my finger.
For instance, there's an incredible boy who accomplishes everything without both arms and legs, and a pair of sisters who are completely inseparable, literally. Christian Buchanan.
What you call a dancing sheep, a ballerina.
Christian Buchanan is a 6-year-old boy from Woodbury, Tennessee. He was born with tessier facial cleft, and on top of that he also has microphthalmia, a rare condition that's only been reported in 60 cases worldwide. Christian's condition is caused by amniotic banding syndrome. That's what happens when fibrous bands form in the womb and then attach to the baby, cutting off blood flow. In Christian's case, the banding happened to attach to his face, causing large gaps in his facial structure and rendering him completely blind. Although Christian's condition affects his learning, speech, and vision, he hasn't let it stop him from living a full life. Currently, he's learning to read, play the violin, and also working towards an orange belt in karate. However, he has to endure cruel comments from strangers due to his condition. Christian's mother, Lacey, is speaking out to raise awareness of disabilities in the hope of making people more accepting of those who look different. Shiloh Pepin. Shiloh Pepin was born with a rare condition called cyanomelia, commonly referred to as mermaid syndrome.
Shiloh loved to swim as well. She said, "I feel free, Dad. I can go anywhere I want in the pool."
This caused her legs to be fused together, resembling a mermaid's tail. This condition is typically fatal, and those born with it rarely survive beyond a few days. However, Shiloh's journey was a medical miracle as she defied all odds and lived beyond infancy.
You'll never know unless you try.
Unlike most cases of cyanomelia, Shiloh's legs couldn't be separated due to the position of her major arteries, which also led her to missing a uterus, bladder, and large intestine, and having only one partially functioning kidney. Despite the challenges she faced, Shiloh continued to persevere and inspire others. She underwent multiple surgeries, including 2 kidney transplants to extend her life. She also attended school, appeared on talk shows, and served as a beacon of hope to children worldwide. Unfortunately, Shiloh's life was cut short at the tender age of 10, when a cold quickly developed into pneumonia. Gavin Silvestri. Gavin Silvestri was born with a pretty significant medical issue. He had a huge growth on his jaw made up of hundreds of cysts that were growing under his skin. The situation was so severe that he had to spend the first 7 months of his life in a hospital. During that time, he underwent multiple surgeries and injections to help manage his condition. So, what is the condition that Gavin was born with? Well, it's called lymphatic malformation. Basically, this means that he has an abnormal growth of cysts in the lymphatic vessels, which are the vessels that help your body fight infections and remove waste. Gavin's parents, Joseph and Victoria Silvestri, found out about his condition during their 18-week anatomy scan. Granted, here's some good news though. Despite his tough start, Gavin is doing well today. His parents live in Florida, and with ongoing monitoring and treatment, they're hopeful that he'll be able to lead a healthy and happy life. Tessa Evans. Tessa Evans was born with arynia, a rare condition that left her with no sense of smell and no sinus cavities. At birth, Tessa needed to be tube-fed due to a tracheostomy tube in her neck to help her breathe. She later learned to breathe through her mouth, but her condition also left her with a disfigured face. Her parents agreed to let her be the first patient to undergo a new procedure that involved a 3D printed implant to give her the appearance of a nose.
The eventual goal is when she's in her late teens and she's fully developed, they would put in the final implant, bring in a tattoo artist, create shading, and it would be profile, look like she has a nose.
The initial surgery was successful, and the implant raised the area between her eyes. The procedure is going to be repeated until Tessa's face has stopped growing. Although the implant will eventually make Tessa look like any other person, her parents are concerned about the loss of natural instincts that come with a sense of smell. Adalia Rose. Adalia Rose gained internet fame through her makeup videos and vlogs, despite suffering from Hutchinson-Gilford progeria, a rare deadly condition that causes premature aging. Sadly, on January 12, 2022, Adalia had passed away at the age of 15. Despite her condition, Adalia used her massive social media following to raise awareness about progeria and advocate for adolescents with the condition.
That's a look off there. Gotta look off there. Like you're talking to a person like straight up.
Her wit and sense of humor endeared her to millions of people, and she collaborated with designers like Michael Costello to promote disability-friendly fashion. Hutchinson-Gilford progeria is a rare condition with an average life expectancy of 13 years. It causes premature aging, alopecia, bone deformities, and heart disease. Adalia reminded her social media followers that, even if she had wrinkles or some signs of premature aging, she deserved to be treated like the teenager that she was. In her short lifetime, Adalia touched millions of people, and her legacy as an outspoken and vivacious person who advocated for adolescents with Hutchinson-Gilford progeria will not be forgotten. Jean-Chris Carl Chiarante. So, there's this awesome kid named Jean-Chris who's from Cebu City in the Philippines, and he was born with a pretty rare condition called multiple hyperodontia. Basically, it means he has way more teeth than most people, like 10 times more like a shark. By the time he was in 4th grade, he had about 300 teeth in his mouth. A lot of teeth. Luckily, Jean-Chris is getting the help he needs. He's already had some operations to remove the extra teeth, and he's gonna have a few more over the next few years. It's important because if he doesn't get rid of the extra teeth, he could have some serious issues with his gums and with eating when he gets older. Even with all that going on, Jean-Chris is doing great. Doing well in school, happy and positive despite all the operations he has to have. Jameson Stam.
I don't have finger. That was my finger.
In May of 2017, Alicia Barber gave birth to Jameson Stam, a baby boy with a rare genetic skin disorder called harlequin ichthyosis. This disorder affects about 1 in 500,000 people and covers the skin with hard, thick, diamond-shaped plates separated by deep cracks. This limits movement, affects facial features, and can cause problems with breathing and regulating body temperature. After spending some time in foster care, Jameson is now in the care of his mother, who's a full-time caretaker. The disorder requires constant cleaning, and even a small cut can put Jameson's life in danger. Therefore, his sheets, toys, and everything he touches needs to be disinfected daily. Jameson's doctors recommend that he bathe in bleach twice a week to ward off life-threatening infections. Although the baths are painful, they're necessary for his health. Alicia and Jameson's dad, Colston Stam, climbed into the tub with Jameson to comfort him. They have to scrub off his excess skin with an exfoliating mitt. Despite the challenges, Alicia remains committed to providing Jameson with the care he needs to defy the odds and live a long life, and all his endeavors are documented on social media. Teo Satrio. Teo Satrio was really into playing video games on his PlayStation. Thing is, he was born without any arms or legs, which you'd think would make it pretty tough to play video games, right? Well, not really. Not for Teo. He uses his chin and even his shoulders to operate the controller. And get this, he's actually better than most of us at it. Not all, though. Teo's pretty smart as well. Back when he was in 2nd grade, he could solve math problems that were meant for 4th graders. And get this, he also taught himself to write by holding a pen in his mouth. Gotta say, Teo's story is seriously inspiring. Shows that no matter what kind of challenges you face, you can always find a way to pursue your passions and develop your skills. Also makes me rethink my assumptions about what's possible for people who don't have the same abilities as me. Bayazid Hussein. Bayazid Hussein, born in Magura in 2012, is a remarkable boy who has captured the hearts of many with his unique journey. Bayazid has progeria, a condition that causes the body to age at an accelerated rate. This results in physical characteristics of an elderly person. Despite the challenges he does face, Bayazid possesses above-average intelligence for his age and impresses both his mother and teachers with his academic abilities. However, his physical limitations make it difficult for him to participate in physical activities, which can make it challenging to form friendships. Despite this, Bayazid uses his extra time to focus on his studies and improve his mind, which is a source of pride for both his family and teachers. Sadly, as discussed before, the average life expectancy of progeria patients is only 13 years old due to the increased risk of heart disease. While this fact weighs heavy on Bayazid's mother, she takes comfort in the joy her son brings to those around him and his determination to live life to the fullest. Bayazid's story is a reminder to us all that every person has a unique journey. We should approach each other with kindness and empathy, focusing on our similarities rather than our differences. Neve and Nelly Colston. Neve and Nelly Colston are 2 young women from Amsterdam who have defied the odds by living well beyond what doctors had predicted. As conjoined twins attached to the back of their heads, they were told that they wouldn't survive past the age of 10. Though at 18 years old, they have not only survived but also started their own YouTube channel and Instagram to raise awareness of their condition. Neve and Nelly want people to know that they're more than just the girls with a disability. They have their own thoughts, bodies, and their own unbreakable bond. They hope that by sharing their experiences in their daily lives, people will see them for who they are, sweet girls who are just like everyone else. It's important to recognize that living with a condition like theirs can be challenging, but Neve and Nelly are determined to show the world that they're capable of anything. They're not defined by their condition, but rather by their unique personalities and their unwavering spirit. See you all next time!